What's going on, guys? We're back with another video for the YouTube channel. We haven't been doing these or keeping up with them in a while. We've been doing a lot of changes in the shop. We have a cool little area back there, and we have Nathan here.
What up?
We actually had a customer that reached out to us to work on a TJ LJ conversion that's getting a 4BT swap. So me and Nathan are taking this on, and what's cool is that we've already done this before on his, and his has been working really good. It's down right now because we're doing a 1-ton swap and some other goodies.
What's the secret?
How to do this more or less,
tricks.
because this isn't really on YouTube or Instagram or like covered often. So pretty much this is the Jeep at the moment. When it came in, it was like, still looked like a whole Jeep, and we tore it down and we took the fenders off, front clip, all that, and then pulled the motor out because we actually found out the customer had welded on the motor mounts backwards, so they had put this one on that side and that side on this side. So obviously that couldn't stay like that. And then luckily when we did that and we pulled the motor, there was a bunch of loose bolts on the bell housing and the adapter. And there is some stuff that has to get done on the motor anyways. But this is pretty much your 4BT that you would find. This is very similar to what we did on Nathan's.
Same motor.
Is there any difference on this one besides yours?
Same motor, same pump style. It's a VE pump, 4-banger, just another little small Cummins.
Pretty much the same thing. I think Nathan's looks a little more modern and nicer. I don't know if that's the way that we painted it or did some stuff.
Yeah, no, it was just a paint. Just paint.
But yeah, so pump's new. We have a new turbo in a box. He's got his filter there. Nathan doesn't have that. We're gonna delete the lift pump. This is pretty much the same bell housing and starter assembly that Nathan has, except his starter's on the other side. Motor mounts are on. That's the crankshaft sensor that you did too, right?
Yeah, same one.
Same one there. We need to make some changes here because obviously this is not properly routed or connected to anything.
Just shove it in the hole, you know?
Yeah, we'll just put it back in there. And then this one on Nathan's, we cut and shortened this to clear the, was it for the hood?
We cut, shortened, and angled it, bringing the turbo down and off to the right, just because my hood, it didn't clear on the hood with the top mount.
So one of the challenges when doing this swap is pretty much exhaust.
Yeah.
And then also this customer also wants to keep AC somehow, so we haven't figured out that part yet.
That's the fun part.
But we'll figure out how to get the compressor on, but it's just the routing of the lines and all the stuff in front of the radiator that has to get fit.
Yeah.
And the exhaust, like, it's pretty hard with like the 3-link and the drive shafts and the frame and fenders. But today, one of the things that we need to do is, well, we're gonna delete the lift pump.
We're deleting the lift pump. You put a block off plate on it. I ran a block off plate, and then I dropped the tank, removed the fuel pump from the tank, and I have an inline facet pump that runs, I want to say it was like 10 to 15 PSI of pressure. These are a lot easier to come by and find. And
we're gonna try to drop link to part numbers in the description, but pretty much a lot of the stuff we're gonna be getting is from Amazon or the local parts store, from O'Reilly's. This one is this part number right here, and it's a 10 to 15 PSI pump. Nathan's gonna drop the tank, pull the old fuel pump out, and then we're gonna pretty much convert it so it's just a pickup tube, and then just normal lines that go to the fuel pump, and everything would work a lot more seamless and just more like reliable in our opinion. And that's what he's been doing, and he's been beating it off-road, driving on the road.
Yeah, I dailied it like that for
a while.
I want to say 6 months before I bought my truck. And then,
yeah, we know it's a reliable fuel system, so that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna be doing that today, and then we're gonna be fixing, the customer had ran these fuel lines in here.
In the
through
frame,
which it's not a bad idea if you think about it, but in terms of like serviceability, like if he gets a tear or something happens in the frame in the center section, one, he's gonna find out it's bad once it's full of diesel and dripping out everywhere, and then replacing this in the trail, like, this is gonna be terrible. You're gonna end up running it outside anyways, so we'll probably run it above the frame.
Yeah, since he's got a body lift, it'll work nice.
Yeah, he's got the body lift, so it'll clear perfectly. So there's a couple little things we'll probably get done today. So Nathan already got the fuel pump out.
Yeah, we gotta disassemble the housing off of it, and then pretty much the fuel pump sits inside here. Small piece of hosing, and that'll reach pretty much the bottom of this, which is the same as your fill, because they fill from the bottom, it has a little filter, and it'll come up and out. And then it'll just land on the bottom of this, and then put it all back together. Same assembly as a stock TJ LJ fuel pump, but now there is no internal fuel pump that will potentially fail out on the trails, out on the road, and you have everything that you need inline on your frame.
While he's working on that, I'm going to get a drill bit, and we're going to top the frame for the new facet fuel pump. We're gonna use 1/4-20 with some lock washers, hose clamps, barb fittings. We already got this assembled. So originally I was gonna put this here and tap it there, because on Nathan's I think it's around there. But he has a different 4-link system, and the 4-link is actually in the inside of the frame, where Nathan's was pretty much under right here. So obviously with up travel, it's gonna hit, and it'll just take out the fuel pump on the first wheeling trip, so that's not a good idea. So then I was thinking up here, but that doesn't look ugly. So I'm thinking up here, we're gonna drill that out and tap it.
Quick tip to add when it comes to taking apart the fuel pump, it's got this massive sleeve that sits on it. If you look, it's got these little tabs and they're pushed in. There's 3 of them. And all it is just, it slides. If you look, they slide up and then it'll slide down to a certain point where it has a little stop. You kind of push it up out of the way a little bit. And then from the inside, you push those tabs out. It allows you to slide this whole mechanism down out of the way to allow you to get to the actual fuel pump in it so you can take it apart, do everything we're saying. So like I was saying, pop these little tabs out, and then from there, just work it out. That helps. Oh.
All right, so these are the tools we use to tap the frame for a 1/4-20. So we're gonna be using these nice button head bolts tapped with a 1/4-20. You could get this from any hardware store. You're supposed to use a number 7, but I used a 1364 and it worked out good. And then you guys could get one of these like clutch kits. Comes with a bunch of taps, and then these are always used in the shop pretty often. Marked it, tapped it with a hole punch, drilled it out, tapped it, and then we'll just sand it down, a little touch-up paint, and the fuel pump will go right on, real nice.
Pretty much all this is junk, and what we'll be doing is attaching a 5/16 fuel line directly to the pickup, which will then run through the cylinder, which we're keeping because the cylinder is what tells you your fuel level with the lever. And then the bottom of the cylinder, it used to have this, I guess like a screen you could call it, which is now drilled out. The 5/16 fuel line is gonna come out through here. Now let's just put it all back together with the pieces that we need.
Yo, I like that thing, repping the sponsors there, dude.
Oh yeah, bro. You know me, Mickey Thompson, all the boys.
Something too that might be common sense that we haven't said to you guys, but usually this tank has gas in it.
Oh yeah.
So it's very important that you guys clean it out really good, that it's like that, just so you're picking up just diesel in there. We're gonna get all this stuff put back together.
Well, I've said
I'm gonna put the fuel pump on. We're gonna connect the lines, pull the lines out of the frame, and get everything set up.
Santinas de mantequilla.
All right, so we got the fuel pump converted and put on, and then I had a new quick connect fitting, and then we just put it to an AN with a barb. And so we just connect the normal style fuel line. That'll work perfect. And then Nathan already determined fuel and return down there, so he's gonna connect that up, put the fuel cell back on. We're gonna run lines to the new fuel pump and then run it down the frame. Everything should be good. So that's pretty much it for this video. It was pretty much just doing the fuel setup and getting all that cleaned up from what it was before. And then I think after we did that and we stopped recording that little section, Nathan went ahead and got the exhaust manifold gaskets on. I'm not sure where we're gonna leave this. If we're gonna go down or up or modify that, but we'll figure that out. Got the lift pump block off on, and it'll just be a line coming out of here from the send, and then the return going back to the fuel pump, and it'll be a much simpler, more reliable system. We're pretty much waiting on motor mounts right now. Those were ordered today, and they're coming from Strong Fab, FarmStrong, and hopefully like 2-3 days. That'll be nice. And then we already checked everything from bell housing back. That is all ready to go. So we just have to clean that up a little bit more, weld them on, throw the motor in, and then we'll be back at like a pretty fast pace, just getting everything dialed in. And then we'll probably get the belt on, figure out the turbo setup, figure out alternator, that's also on the way. I think that's pretty much it. We will be checking in with you guys soon. And hopefully the next video we could show you guys getting a lot more motor work done and just obviously making more progress and showing you guys little quick tips on things about a 4BT swap on a Jeep. There is a bunch of little stuff that The first one we did not know, and now we know, and we wish we knew or had something to watch. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out our other videos. Subscribe, like, comment. We're gonna have a bunch of cool videos coming out. We have a cool little new setup back there for recording as well. All right, guys, stay tuned.